Okay, how do you introduce someone who's won an Olympic medal in hockey, has won an Olympic gold medal as a coach, a World Cup as a coach, and has also played cricket well? We in India know Ric Charlesworth as a hockey expert. So Ric, welcome back to India. Last time I remember you were here, your team won the gold at the World Cup in Delhi 2010, beating Germany in the final. Tough match, that one, I remember.
Yeah, it was. It was an exciting day and a terrific experience. And we came back a few months later at the Commonwealth Games and did well.
Don't remind us of that.
But people, look, I think the result was 8-0 or something, but after 20 minutes it was 0-0 and it was a very hot day. Once we broke away, we won easily, but it was a tougher match than the results suggest.
Okay, that was back then, Indian hockey back then. You were hired at that point to see if we could restructure Indian hockey. It didn't work out. There have been lots of ups and downs in Indian hockey. But somehow they seem to have found a way to challenge at the FIH events, which wasn't happening. What do you put this down to? Where has the change happened since you had observed the structure and you were trying to implement something at the grassroots level?
Well, I don't know that we've got the grassroots right yet in Indian hockey, but you've got a lot of players in centralised training, and the quality of the programs hopefully has increased. You've had Michael Nobbs, Terry Walsh, Jose Brasa, Roland Altmans. All of those guys have made a contribution and helped. And the Hockey India League in the middle of that brought lots of coaches and international players here. They interacted with the local players. I think that's been critical for the progress that you've made. And so the team, from being ranked 9, 10, 12, is now, in my view, 4, 5, 6, you know. That puts you competitive in any tournament.
Do you think what they're lacking right now is belief? They need that one, go on a big run in that one tournament like an Olympics or the World Cup, which is coming up, for them to start consistently winning again. I was at the Asian Games, dominated the pool matches against Malaysia, tough match, lost. So yeah. That's the problem, that they need to have that winning mentality right at the top level.
Yeah, and you know, the semi-finals, the hardest game in the tournament. In the World Cup, the quarter-finals are going to be tough. They're the ones that you've got to get through. And I think that part of building a team is starting to win those games. But for instance, at the Champions Trophy, the last 2 times they played to the final, and they played a good final against Australia last time, and deserved probably to win. So I think that you know, the quality is there, and once the quality is there, then you will get more consistency and more belief. The effect of the Hockey India League has been positive for the players. They believe more. They know the other players are beatable. All of that plays a role, and maybe, you know, maybe they're just about there now. But you're right. They have to do it in a bigger tournament to really finally believe.
Okay, you're someone who analyzes a lot of things which goes around in hockey. The Olympics was a complete surprise because a lot of fancy teams just didn't even get to the last 4, the ones you remember thinking they will win. Argentina ended up winning. Do you think this World Cup is going to be as open? Australia have had a couple of up and down years, but we saw at the Champions Trophy they're back to, you know, where we see them to be. You think it's going to be an open World Cup?
I think so. You know, I've said that I think that between Netherlands, Australia and Belgium you might find the winner, but someone else could surprise you, as we saw at the Olympics, but maybe those 3 teams. But each of them has problems, and every team has its problems, and so it'll depend on playing a good quarter-final and then the main games at the end, and being able to overcome those little deficits that you have, you know, whether it may be your goalkeeper. Australia doesn't quite have the strikers, you know, will their corners be good enough? There's all those little bits you have to put together, and then you play a good tournament and you can win it.